All right, hello everyone, and now welcome to Game 3 in the series between XiXi and TeD. This is Game 3 of a best of 3, meaning both players were able to take one game off of each other. Game 2, a very long, drawn-out fight, showing the strength of solo Warden. Very well played, and I wondered why TeD actually decided to change his strategy from Game 1 to Game 2. Game 1, he went ghouls into gargoyles, and it really felt like XiXi didn't have the right answer for that. Archers weren't doing it, dryads weren't doing it. Things just were not going well at all. Now we are looking here into game number 3, and we'll see what the strategies will be by these players. You can see Ancient of War creeping already coming underway, bright and dark, one of my favorite maps, because of the wide array of things that can happen. You can get some very nice creeping in. The map is large and small all at the same time. A lot of creep camps generally does go for higher level heroes, and if we are going to be seeing a Warden, that would make a lot of sense. Warden getting up to level 5 on this map is extremely easy. There's so many creep camps that generally the Warden can get up to level 5 in just a matter of minutes. I believe even before like the 12-minute mark. But it's getting to level 6, which is going to be the question, and whether or not TeD even allows it. TeD, going into this game, is most likely thinking, I cannot let that Warden get to level 6. If I do, then any strategy that I try and come up with is generally going to fall a little bit flatter. The Avatar of Vengeance being able to hit air really shuts down gargoyles, especially as the other Spirit of Vengeances are immune to damage. Now, what is the strategy going to be? As we see, the Scroll of Town Portal has been sold for a Rod of Necromancy and Dust of Appearance. Hero now making his way out and across the map. We can see that the Warden is attempting to take down a couple of the Voidwalkers and even a Fell Guard as well. It looks like it will get taken down. Ring of Protection +2. We may get... I don't think we'll actually get to level 2 here on the Warden. The Warden should just be a little bit shy. Yes, just a little bit shy there, as now the Skeletal Mains have popped up just in time to cause some harassment. There's a detonation, though. The Warden getting in some extra experience off of that, and saving the life of that archer most likely. That Death Knight now realizes, hey, I cannot do this engagement all too easily. There's a wisp now hanging out across the map and needs to see when the ghouls are coming out. There's the ghouls, and he now knows some additional information. Ghouls are already coming in, so that the Warden should know the timing on what's going to happen. Oh, choking up on a pig right there, as that Death Knight may try to use another charge of that Rod of Necromancy. So far, the Warden, gonna try and slip back around, heads through the bushes, and what is this? This is like, oh my gosh. I don't even know what to make of that. XiXi, you know better. Give me one moment. Alright, coming back into this, let's take a look at what's going down. You can see that the Death Knight is now trying to make his way inside. An additional Ancient of War coming in, 2 of them in fact, and that's exactly the strategy that we saw earlier. However, the Moonwells are going to be the first pressure tactic, as the Warden now needs to perhaps land some Shadow Strikes onto some of these ghouls and help protect his archers. The archers in trouble because they were separated from the rest of the army. I don't know how many times we've seen this already, but at least the positioning. Oh, the archers now need to run away again. This is just really bad here. They're Shadow Strike on the leading ghoul, but that leading ghoul is still going to be able to finish off that one archer there. The Warden does have, I believe, Blink now, so she will be able to get away from any bad engagements, as that archer is just having such a bad day. All right, there you go. There is another attack. Warden blinks away. Very far jump once again, as we now see a lone archer making her lapse around. So far, the micro of XiXi being able to multitask individual units very early on to try to keep them alive, extremely important, as the Warden once again does get surrounded. But, Shadow Meld at least burning a cost or a charge of that Dust of Appearance. Warden Now needs to be careful though. Cannot shadow meld for a little while longer, or can, but still will be revealed as the Warden now tries to get back again. You can see that there are ghouls. The lower hit point ones are heading back home. This ghoul strategy is so effective against Night Elf, as the Warden now needs to pick up perhaps Boots of Speed and has that Ring of Protection +2, but still not quite enough. Trying to regroup with the rest of the army and trying to get higher up. This is exactly playing into TeD's strategy. TeD does not want to allow XiXi any time to creep. Any time to creep would be a bad time here, as the Warden needs to try and take down another unit. Are we going to blink over? No. No blink at all. I don't know why. Are we going to see another Dust of Appearance used? Yes, and the Warden does break free. I was waiting for the Warden to blink after one of those lower hit point ghouls. This ghoul is so low on hit points, that one. And not the chicken. And now, are we going to still continue to see this chase? Ghoul down to 39 hit points. There it goes. The Warden could try to go after another one here. There is no cold tower. And the Warden, does not spot inside. Huge miscalculation there, as the archers are now trying to run back. Hunter's Hall now being added. So we should be getting into the Wellspring. That is perhaps the upgrade that we are looking to get. However, the Hunter's Hall going to get canceled as the Ancient of War now comes back over. Warden picks up a Staff of Teleportation and should be heading back home on a one-way flight. So far, the Death Knight now making his rounds off to the side. You can see the lower hit point ghoul is now back on Blight and regenerating hit points so nicely, as the Warden now heads back home. All right. The Warden now comes into play here. Let's take a look at this. The Warden is completely surrounded, but knows, because of the Dust of Appearance charges, that it's okay. Now blinks away. Wow. Warden gets back home at 9 hit points and heals back up to full, nearly. All right. Don't know why he's not going to use that Moonwell, as well as, here we go. There, the Hunter's Hall is about to be completed. Apparently, TeD knows how important the Hunter's Hall is in this strategy. Not going to let it happen, as the Warden now finally makes its way over. All right, let's see. Ghoul, Shadow Strike onto that Ghoul. That Ghoul gonna, is it going to get taken down? It needs how many more ticks? 34 damage, 24 damage, 14 more damage. It needs 2 ticks. 1 tick. It is gonna fall. So, wow. Props to XiXi for knowing how many ticks are on a Ghoul, and knowing that he didn't need to hit it with any more archer shots. All right, the Death Knight now still wandering around here. And it looks as though the Death Knight's still sitting at level 1. Warden now sitting at level 2. Ghouls are running all the way back home. And we are now looking at the Ancient of War creeping out a mercenary creep count, as we do see a bunch of units here. All right, we do see Howl of Terror. I'm not quite sure where it came from, as the Death Knight in a little bit of trouble here. The Death Knight cannot afford to let this Warden get higher up in level, and this is what exactly XiXi is doing. XiXi is just going after the creep camps, as the Warden was able to force all of the ghouls back, and now TeD is in a bit of trouble here. TeD cannot let this Death Knight fall. The Warden is just single-handedly destroying him. Here, even though the Death Knight does have that Unholy Aura, the Warden has Boots of Speed, and another Shadow Strike could be coming down here in just a moment. We could even see a Blink come in as well. Where is that Blink? Come on, just blink. Hit. How much damage can be had? There is 22. Blink forward and just hit him. Blink forward and just hit him. Yes, and he does get the kill. So XiXi comes back over the top, gets the kill, as we are now going into Gargoyles. All right, Gargoyles. Warden needs to get to the Tree of Eternity quickly. It looks like he learned his lesson from Game 1 to get that Orb of Venom fast and furiously. Draenei Disciple does have medium armor. That will definitely help against those Gargoyles. The Gargoyles, which are going after Wisp now, just taking them down one at a time. We don't see an Ancient Protector anywhere, as we now see that the Ancient of Lore is starting to get picked apart. All right, damage being thrown back already. Tree of Eternity is not yet done. Are we going to perhaps get some more mercenaries? No, not quite yet, as this Gargoyle transition may be too much for XiXi. You got to remember, though, XiXi does have the hero advantage. If I could find that hero, I would tell you exactly how much it is. I don't see it. There it is. All right, standing next to an Ancient of War makes it very difficult. All right, Clarity Potion. Nope, Orb of Venom first. And now that Warden is on her way out to try and clear out more creep camps. Level 1. This should be a very, very easy clear. And we will already have the Death Knight returning with ghouls and also some other units. All right, let's take a look at the poor Wisp. Wisp taking a lot of damage, trying to heal. There is Staff of Preservation to bring back the Void Walker, but in comes the rest of the units. All right, this Ancient of Lore taking a lot of damage from the Gargoyles, the Ghouls, and the Death Knight itself. The Warden now coming in with that Orb of Venom. There's a Shadow Strike, and one Gargoyle goes down in an instant. However, the Dryads are going to be in a little bit of trouble as well. Let's take a look at what's happening. Ghouls trying to get away. Another Ghoul does fall as the Gargoyles and Archers are just chasing after each other. Warden trying to push back over. It looks like the Draenei Disciple will get taken down rather quickly. There it goes. But we may see another Gargoyle get taken down. No, Death Coil on it. The Death Knight keeping track of all of his units as the Void Walker now trying to get away. Dryad now coming in as well. As the Warden gets off another Shadow Strike, but this time on a Ghoul, as the Dryads are still fighting inside the base here. This is not looking good. It looks as though, yes, another Death Coil. The Warden having a very difficult time, but going after much of the ground army should work out well. Orb of Corruption, however, on that Death Knight, even though the Death Knight is just at level 1, Staff of Preservation saves another unit. There is now level 4 on the Warden, as the Warden needs to make sure she has a shop somewhere on the map. Void Walker hiding back over here. Let's take a look. Another Void Walker coming in, and this is exactly the unit that the Night Elf needs in order to deal with Gargoyles. A range unit that has medium armor to take reduced piercing, and not only to add insult to injury, it has a slow effect. That's exactly the card, or that's exactly the the type of unit that you need here, as we are going to be going into a Moonstone. All right, Dryads, Void Walkers coming in. It looks as though a couple units will get taken down here. The Warden trying to fight back the army. The Void Walker doing a lot of cold damage here, and this is making it very difficult for the Gargoyles to even focus the Void Walker in the backfield. Very, very smart positioning there, as the Shadow Strike does not go down in time, and you can see that those Gargoyles are just in the back. Death Knight now perhaps trying to chase after, or getting chased after by the Warden. The Warden does land a Shadow Strike here, gets some easy damage once more, and the Death Knight will just be able to get away. That is some that is some poison damage though by that Warden, and that damage will add up over time, as any damage over time spell does. Anyways, Warden now not going to be chasing that Death Knight. I don't think should be chasing that Death Knight inside that base much further. You can see that there's Gargoyles hiding in the backfield here in stone form. So OP, if you ask me. Just being able to regenerate hit points in the back while not getting attacked at all. Yeah, I don't think there's even a way to get over there. I don't even know why there's even a walking path over there. So now TeD using the map to his own favor, as we're now looking at what the Warden is going to look to do. Pick up perhaps a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. No, Tome of Retraining for most likely Fan of Knives. Fan of Knives, much more effective against Gargoyles, as it does hit those units who are clumped up very, very tightly together. 2 Void Walkers, and now trying to get to level 3 for level 3 Fan of Knives. That is going to be very, very helpful. And we now also see a Tome of Agility being placed down. It's not going to get to level 5 off of this, obviously, as we're looking at what the Warden can do next. Warden wasting some mana there. Not quite sure why even use the blink, as the Warden is up to full. Let's take a look. Gargoyles are off over here. Wand of Illusion right there, but most likely has been noticed, as all the units are now backing away. Okay, Overlord and Bloodfiend now coming in. The Death Knight, Wand of Illusion. There's the Howl of Terror, and there you have it. Overlord taking a fair amount of damage. Is the Death Coil going to steal it? Yes, it does, I believe, but the item still goes to the Warden. A Pure of Vitality. All right, the Watcher. Oh, Fan of Knives would be perfect right here. There's level 5. Are we going to see a Fan of Knives? There's a Fan of Knives dealing a tremendous amount of damage across the board. A Scroll of Healing, however, to counter it, as the Warden gets surrounded. Warden now blinks back inside. Does have that Orb of Venom. Are we going to perhaps see another Fan of Knives come in? There's a Staff of Preservation saving it, as another Fan of Knives goes down to deal a lot of damage across the board. So far, the Warden doing a great job just focusing down all this. Oh, there they go. They are now in stone form, and they're just going to regenerate those hit points very, very quickly. Fan of Knives goes in again, as we can see that the Warden's the Warden's effect and the damage is just going back and forth. The Warden, however, down to 162 mana. Does it have enough? Oh, another Fan of Knives does hit a couple of gargoyles there, but I don't think that this is really the smart play. The Warden needs to get even more blink to reduce the casting cost or reduce the cooldown, and a very, very fast blinking level 7 Warden with an ultimate is nearly impossible to stop. Clarity Potion now being used, picking up a Potion of Mana as well, already halfway to level 6. Are we going to have a repeat of Game 2 where the one-woman army absolutely dominates everything? Death Knight coming in. Once more, you can see that the Death Knight still wandering around off over here. The Warden now making their way off to the north. There is a Staff of Preservation again, and the Death Knight and the Gargoyle still leading that army. So far, we can see Dryads and all these units off over here. Meanwhile, back on this side, Ancient of Wars are all in position as the Panda has now been picked up. All right, Panda may try to go creeping with other units while the Warden is there to just place down pressure. This is a brilliant tactic by XiXi in order to be able to take down all of those units. You can see that the Warden sitting at level 5 right now, going after some of these gargoyles or these ghouls. Could try to go after an Acolyte as well. Is it going to be able to blink forward and take it down? That is the question. That Acolyte is very low on hit points and really just trying to micro all of this. All right, in comes the Gargoyles. The Gargoyles are all here. Are we going to get a Fan of Knives? There we have it as the Warden quickly blinks away. Now down to 178 hit points. This is not good. What's going to happen? The Warden may fall. Yes, the Warden falls at level 5. And wow, that risky move was very risky. Cloak of Shadows, Wand of Illusion has been picked up. Are we going to see the Warden getting hired up from the tavern? Oh, this could be very dangerous as the army is already there. Dryad taking over 200 damage in one blow. Needs to try to head back home. Meanwhile, the Warden is not being resurrected at the Altar of Elders just quite yet. No, instead a Wisp is going to be making its way over and trying to bring it back home. All right, there is the Breath of Fire, Drunken Haze. Ghouls now trying to run in. You can see the main army is fighting inside here. Scroll of Healing comes across as the Panda needs to huff and puff and blow his way back into this game. Meanwhile, the Voidwalker needs to come in, and the Warden is very, very low on hit points. Has to be careful. Okay, uses some potions, uses Potion of Mana, and now the Voidwalker is still coming in. This is looking very good right now for XiXi, as the Panda does get taken down, though. So far, the fight is coming through. The Warden is sitting at level 5, does have a Potion of Mana. There is level 6, Potion of Mana, Avatar of Vengeance. Wait for it. Come on, do it. Do it. What are you waiting to do? All right, the Warden is still right there. The Warden could perhaps try to push this all back. And no, it is not going to happen. The Panda now getting resurrected. And wow, what is happening here? All right, Warden now coming in. The Warden has to be very careful. Very low on mana here. There is that Stone Form. Oh, go after the low hit point Stone Form Gargoyle. It gets taken down. That Death Coil a day late and $1 short, as the Warden could go after another low hit point Gargoyle there. No, doesn't go after it. Oh, are we going to see a Fan of Knives? There's the Fan of Knives going after the lower hit point Gargoyle. You can see that the Warden is taking a lot of damage. The Warden needs to blink away and does exactly that. Heading back home. Perhaps we will get bears with rejuvenation. That's really what we need to see. Moonstone most likely going to get purchased. There you go, Clarity Potion. And now trying to heal back up as the Panda now being resurrected. The question is, did the Warden get the Avatar of Vengeance at level 6, or did he get level 3 Blink? Level 3 Blink is very, very effective, especially with a fast-moving blinking Warden, as the Warden is now sitting at about 300, or will be sitting at 300 mana in just a second. Panda is now out. Panda most likely going to buy a Potion of Clarity in order to have more spells as well. We are getting into more Ancients of Lore. Pure Up of Vitality was dropped, only to be picked back up again, and this has been working out fairly well. So far, the Gargoyles are now trying to get that Death Knight higher up in level, but the Death Knight's already at level 6 and has Animate Dead. So Animate Dead may actually be a good counter. There's the Fan of Knives, and you can see that the stone form on those gargoyles is going to be cause for some regeneration. Let's see what's going to be happening here. Are we going to see another Fan of Knives come down and come across? That is the question. There is a Fan of Knives, but it does not hit any of the gargoyles. Very, very unlucky play there, as you do not always know where that Fan of Knives is going to hit. There's another Fan of Knives. That Warden still wandering around. Doesn't have that much mana, though. Getting off some easy shots onto some of those gargoyles. Those gargoyles are getting low on hit points. Scroll of Healing to try and counteract it, as the Panda tries to get to level 3. Still sitting at level 2, but it does have maximum mana. That will definitely help it out, as the Warden gets off another Fan of Knives. And oh, that Wand of Illusion Panda did scare back those units there. All right, there's the Moonstone. There's the Clarity Potion. And perhaps even a Potion of Mana will be purchased. Needs a Potion of Mana on that Dryad, or on that Warden, excuse me. As that Warden is really the one-woman army leading everything. So far, this gargoyle, oh, it looks as though we are going to be going into Furbolg Shaman's barrel of explosives in the back here. The trackers will get taken down. Very good items. Talisman of Evasion, essentially additional 18% hit points against attacks. The Death Knight, going to go ahead and take down that there, as the Marketplace, excuse me, could have been purchased. Some items could have been purchased from there. Dryads low on hit points. Panda is out. I don't know where the bears are, though. The bears are really needed to keep this army alive, unless the Warden just wants to solo Warden this throughout the rest of the way. More Dryads being added. We're at 45 over 50, 47 over 50 now, and we are looking into a Lich as the second hero. All right, Gargoyles doing a little bit of a flyby. There was an attack. Staff of Preservation quickly returns it back home, but it can teleport back to the rest of the army in just a moment. Panda already sitting at level 2, should get to level 3 off of this creep camp, as the Death Knight is still wandering around wondering where the Panda actually is. Rogue Wizard could get taken down. Yes, it does, giving level 3 to the Panda by 2 experience. And now there you have it. The Panda sitting at level 3 to deal with mass gargoyles. I do like Zhou XiXi's chances. TeD, however, no slouch whatsoever. Are we going to see a blink? Oh, there is the Scroll of Healing, and there's the blink away. And are we going to see Drunken Haze? Are we going to see a Breath of Fire? Yes, no, oh my goodness. Stone Form to quickly counteract it, as now the Panda's in trouble. Potion of Lesser Invulnerability could be used at any moment. Warden now trying to fight this back here again. Are we going to see another Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire? Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire, and you can see so much damage coming in. The Warden could come in with the Fan of Knives again, finish off everything. There's the Frost Nova, and oh, the Panda, yes, Warden was low on hit points, was able to head back home. It will rejuvenate very quickly. Perhaps the Vitality picking up the items again, and now ready to storm back into the fight. Staff of Teleportation has not been, or is still on cooldown, I think. The Panda is very in a questionable situation. Already going to see, yes, Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. All right, there's the Fan of Knives, dealing even more damage across the board. I believe that is going to be it. The Warden and the Death Knight, both sides still fighting it out. The Warden sitting at level 6. The Panda needs to be very careful. The Warden can get off another Fan of Knives there. Takes down another Gargoyle. Takes down another, oh, beautiful stone form right there, as this Archer, goes into Shadow form right away. All right, that stone form Gargoyle is off to the side, regenerating hit points. But the Warden is just sitting so strong right now. Sitting at level 6, dropping the Pure Up to Vitality, picking it back up, getting back up to full hit points. Nearly, the Panda sitting at 200, as we are now seeing a Tree of Life expansion being placed down. All right, let's take a look at this. The Warden could make her way down here in just a moment. The Death Knight cannot stick around for these fights. The Dryads with too much slow poison, and it's really been all about the micro in this game. The Warden now making its way forward. Let's take a look. Oh, Gargoyles now making their way over. Gargoyles now making their way over. Death Knight and Gargoyles are all off over here, as we are looking at the Dryads and the Warden still making their way around. So far, Lich level 2, Death Knight level 7. Level 3 Unholy Aura. I don't even animate dead. Could have been picked up. And we are looking at a Tree of Life trying to entangle a gold mine here. This is just going to buy some precious time. But the Dryads are going to be able to perhaps slow down this Lich. What's going to be happening here, the Warden does not have Shadow Strike, cannot Shadow Strike and try to slow down these units. And there is a Fan of Knives dealing some damage there, but not enough. We do see a Death Coil quickly getting one of those gargoyles back up to full hit points as we are entangling the gold mine again. All right, Warden. Oh, 2 Wardens, both with, both you cannot tell who is who, as the Warden is now getting in some damage onto that Lich once more. Entangling this gold mine, this could be the beginning of the end. XiXi has this game, and only if he makes some critical errors will he end up losing it. Alright, so far our gargoyles still wandering around here. Lich and Death Knight trying to figure out what they can exactly do. TeD has been played the game extremely well in game 1. XiXi seemed to figure out TeD's strategy in game 2, and now is really easily handling TeD's strategy here in game 3. Let's take a look at the supply and the army count. 55 over 60 compared to 37 over 50. And this is one of those situations where XiXi just knows that he can try to wait this game out. You can see that the Warden is still right there. Panda, there's the blink, there's the rejuvenation. The Warden is still in an okay situation, as there's the Fan of Knives hitting multiple units once again. The Warden could blink forward, but is low on mana. There is the Warden, there's the mana, there's the Fan of Knives, and there is the blink back again. So much AoE damage taking place, as the Warden is still just a fast-moving machine. And I should just keep the Warden focused from now on, because that is what is gonna matter. There is another blink in, blink out. So much damage to be had. Breath of Fire, but the Panda gets saved at the last possible moment. Beautifully done once more, and the Warden blinks away again. There is the GG. Very, very well played by XiXi, taking a best of 3 from TeD. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.